Good evening. You're listening to the Modern Mystic Radio Show and hopefully watching the Modern Mystic Radio Show. We're on A1R Psychic Radio, the world's #1 psychic radio network, and also Moonstruck TV. We have had, I think, quite an intense week or so. This last week has been full of emotion. I've noticed that within myself, I've noticed that within my clients as well, and it's been a really sort of a roller coaster of a week, I've noticed. So if that's something you can relate to, you know, maybe you've been going through all of that emotion as well. It's down to, I think, the lunar energy. Now let's talk about the lunar energy and what's coming up. At the end of the week, on Friday, we have a new moon in Cancer, the star sign of Cancer. Now, I quite like this one. I quite like the energy of Cancer. That's all about harmony. It's all about developing the psychic abilities. It's about the home. It's about family. So if those are some of the issues that you would like to have ironed out, if you like, by the universe, Friday is going to be a great time for you to sort of tap in to that lovely lunar energy, and bring in perhaps, you know, maybe it's a new house move or something like that for yourself, or just maybe, you know, maybe it's even starting a new family. You know, bringing that energy in. It's a brilliant time for those positive aspects. Now, I've pulled a card out for everybody for the whole week, and what I've actually got here today is this card here, just showing it to you. It is the Three of Cups. Now, I absolutely love this card. It's all about celebrations and joy, and this is what I feel is actually coming in for us as we pass through that new moon energy on Friday. It's a sense of actually all those good things coming to us, and it's also reminding us to have a look at what we can celebrate as well within our own lives right now. When we bring our attention to all those positive aspects and do that on a daily basis, preferably, we start to then attract and pull in a lot more positive circumstances for ourselves. Now, I've worked with various different techniques in terms of manifesting, but sometimes we can find ourselves blocked, or, you know, we need something unlocked in our life. Now, one of the techniques that I like to use is actually using master key, or skeleton key as they're sometimes called. I'm just going to show you one here that I have. So here we have it. It's quite a big one. And don't worry, I don't insert it anywhere, just in case you're wondering. But what I do with it is, you know, I look at the energy of where you are locked or blocked, and work with you in terms of, you know, meditational practices, and also using that key sometimes within my intentions around the full or new moon to kind of unlock those areas. So if that's something you want to find out a little bit more about, please do get in touch with me. Easiest way is to go and visit my website, which is www.modern-mystic.co.uk, or you can also contact me via Facebook under Modern Mystic, or my UK sort of TV name, which is Mystic Sarah. You can catch me there. Right, okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit more about different ways of manifesting. So yes, we've got the new moon energy. That's great, and simply all you do is light a very small candle on that day, and you set your intentions. You can write them down. It's just about utilizing that energy. So meditate. Don't have to spend hours doing this, but just setting your intentions out and letting the moon do its work. Okay, so another way that I like to work, and I want to talk about that a little bit more, is writing a letter from your future self to your present self. Now, this is something that I tried out a good few years ago, so probably looking around 5 years ago. Now, at the time, I was in a job that I didn't really like, earning not really enough money to make ends meet, and lots of responsibility as a single parent on my shoulders. So not necessarily in the best of places in life at that particular point in time. So I tried this technique out. I wrote a letter from my future self to my present self, detailing all the wonderful things that had happened in that 1 year. So I post-dated it from a year from that day. Saying what I was doing, what the children were doing, and really detailing my life in a very, very intricate way, detailed way. And I think it was about a couple of years later I came across that letter, and I couldn't believe just how much I was now living what I'd said in that letter. So maybe that's a technique that you can try out, is just writing that letter again. You allow your imagination to really run riot. What are you doing? How is life for you? How have you got there, perhaps? But the more important thing is what you're doing and how great life is. And that's the message that you kind of want to convey from your future self to your present self. And like I said, you don't need to look at that letter. I hid mine away. I forgot all about it. And it wasn't until I was going through some paperwork and I found it, I thought, oh my goodness, all of this has now happened. And, I'm a firm believer. I'm not being, blessed with things in that respect. I've had to work very hard. I've also had to go without and be in situations that have not been necessarily very positive. So my view is always, if I can do it, then I'm pretty sure anyone else can do it. And I've been locked and blocked and all sorts, in terms of how my life was going. So, I completely resonate with somebody that's stuck, completely know where they're coming from. And my message really to you is that you can do something about it. And you've just got to try your different techniques. Some things will work for you, some things won't. For some people, vision boards are the way forward. And yes, I've tried those as well. And unbelievably, some of those things have manifested as well. So this is about finding the images that represent what you want to attract, placing them on a board or wall, as I used. And so you look at it every day, and hopefully those images and feelings and emotions that they generate will start manifesting in your life. Okay, so I have got my first caller. Hopefully I'm going to be taking 2 callers today. And we have Laurie in, is it Saskatchewan in Canada? Is that right? Saskatchewan?
Yes, Saskatchewan. That's okay. That's a long word. How are you?
I'm really well. How are you?
Well, I could be better, but I'm okay. I just, just want to know what you pick up or what my future would be, or, whatever comes to you.
Right, okay, wonderful. So we're looking at sort of just everything at the moment for you, or just any particular area that jumps out. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. And I'm just having a look and seeing what I can get for you. Right, okay. So I'm just looking at your energy at the moment as well, tuning into the cards. I do feel like this year is going to deliver what you were hoping it would deliver right at the beginning of the year, even though it hasn't necessarily. I feel like it's been quite hard work already this first 6 months for you.
Yeah, it has been.
It hasn't been, and I feel like you're tired, you're exhausted, bless you, from just keeping on and keeping on. I feel like, actually, if I look at your energy, you are naturally a very, very positive person. But I feel here it's like the energy has been stuck, for quite some time, and you're just itching now to get things moving. Now, the first area that I feel is really coming to the fore here, coming to focus, is the work area for you.
Okay.
And I feel there is like a change of direction or a possible change of direction, or you've been considering your options around the work area.
Okay.
And I feel, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But it feels like, the move that you want to make, I feel like you've got to be quite brave with it, I get the element that it's it's not a risk. Risk is the wrong word. But it feels like, if this doesn't work out, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I feel here, but you're following your heart, you're following your dream. So it's really important that I feel like you make that step. But you're also waiting for the right time in which to do that as well. And I feel that it's coming into your near future. So I want to say over the next sort of maybe 2 to 3 months over the summer, I feel like I've got that new pathway starting to emerge here, and that right timing coming in, because I feel like when you make that leap of faith, I feel that it's almost like everything will start to fall into place for you, and then you become more empowered. It's almost like a big step that you've got to take on many different levels, because this is the only way that you're ever going to find out what you're really made of. This is the only way that you're going to be able to explore your potential. I feel like you've been sat within the same set of circumstances for quite some time, and you're not only feeling restless and bored and unfulfilled, but I feel here, you've got bigger, better dreams, you can do them, but it's just taking that step and jumping into it.
I gotta get this divorce done. That's the thing that's holding me back. Is, gosh, this thing's been going on for too long. It's holding me back here.
What I'm also drawn towards here is love area as well. The love area, I feel, is coming in. Is coming in very, very powerfully. There's a very, very strong relationship. Okay. Yeah. And I feel that as you step into your own power in the work area and you start following your heart in terms of what you want to be doing on a day-to-day basis, I feel like you're getting closer to that love area manifesting, because again, I feel like that has not delivered what you wanted it to deliver in the past. Yeah. It's been very disappointing, but I do feel here, we've got a great relationship. It's almost like waiting for you.
do you know what I mean? He's waiting for me in the States, and I'm stuck in Canada. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel here it's almost like that will come together when you have taken that next step. And the reason, I'm being told here by my guides, the reason why it needs to be this way round is that if things are far too comfortable here for you, you may not make those big jumps that I feel are part of your destiny to make. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I'd like to move from here. I have to start over. But this divorce is just holding me here financially.
Yeah. I feel like there is going to be a situation where you are able to make that break. And I want to say, the bigger the change, the more significant the change, the bolder the change, the better the results are going to be here for you. I don't feel like I haven't got baby steps going on here. I've got taking a massive leap here, massive jump. And I feel like once you've done that, yes, it will be scary, but once you've done that, I feel that actually, how can I put it? It's going to put your faith back in yourself. It's going to put your faith back in the universe and your relationship with the universe. And also it's going to put your faith back in your ability to manifest what is right for you. And all those things are incredibly important. And we can only do that and realise that and put that into, prove it to ourselves, if you like, by taking that leap of faith. And that's what I feel like I've got you doing. And I just want to move a little bit further ahead, 6 months. And I feel here that in terms of the work area, financially and love-wise, by the end of the year, I feel you are looking at a completely different set of circumstances, and they're very positive here for you. I feel like you are going to, I want to say, look into the options of making that big jump and taking that life transformation, because I feel like I've got you doing it all pretty much in the one go.
That's how I feel too. He's been so, like, this guy in the States has just been so good. Like, I wasn't even looking. Can you believe it? I wasn't even looking. He found me, and we just talk every day. Pardon me?
Wonderful. This to me, if I'm looking at the cards, I want to say this is a soulmate or twin flame relationship that you've got here.
Yeah. He's like very tall. I don't know if you could see an image of him. He's a very tall man.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6'4". He's just a real gem. Like, he's so rare, compared to what I had.
I want to say, have faith in him. I feel like he has been brought to you for a very good reason. Yeah. And I feel like he's going to help you through that big journey that I've got here for you.
Yeah, he has. He really has. He's taught me to love again. He's taught me, but he doesn't crowd my space. He doesn't put pressure. He's just there, compared to what I had.
Wonderful. Right, I'm going to have to leave it there. I've got another caller coming through, but thank you so much for coming through. So love and light to you, and good luck with all those wonderful changes.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we are going straight on to our next caller, which is James in Terre Haute in Indiana, USA. Hi, are you there? Okay. Right, so we're going to just see if we can get that caller back. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about our last caller, which she was talking, well, we were talking about having that leap of faith. Now, I completely understand where she is coming from here with this. Now, that was a situation where I really, how can I put it, when you choose a spiritual path, quite often taking that leap of faith is almost like part of the initiation process here. And that's something that I do really, really resonate with. Okay, I'll go a little bit further into that and tell you a little bit about how I took that leap of faith in a moment. But we do have another caller. James in Indiana, are you there?
Yes I am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. Really, really well. Do you have a question for me? Is there something you want me to look at?
Yeah, I'd like a little more insight as to who I am, if you're available to provide that. I've recently been awakened, and I've seen some things that other people haven't seen, and I'm just looking for a little more clarity.
Okay, so you just want to find out a little bit more about where this new energy and experience is going to take you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, wonderful. Well, congratulations on being awakened. Let's have a look. It is a bit of a roller coaster journey.
Yes, it is.
Let's have a look here. I mean, I feel here straight away I'm being drawn towards the third eye chakra point. Yes. And I feel here it's almost like your psychic awareness is just, how can I put it? It feels like somebody's just pressed a button here and off it goes. And I feel it's like you can't necessarily control it or turn it off.
Right.
And I feel that, and I'm being drawn towards your dream state as well. I feel like the psychic energy that has opened up here with you, I feel like there's a trigger. I'm being told there's been a trigger for this awakening here for you.
Yes, it was. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mandela effect or not, but I feel like that was used as a catalyst to wake me up, to set me on my true journey.
Mm-hmm. What I'm seeing here for you is, it's like this is. I feel like this is being offered to you as. I mean, if I tune into your energy, I feel like you've had many lifetimes. Many lifetimes before where that psychic energy has been, properly utilized here. I want to say, I feel like I've got you being able to harness it and work with it to the degree that you're able to create, I want to say, really, really powerful changes for other people. It's almost like coming through as like divine wisdom. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
So how can I put it? You're now discovering. It's almost like what is normally hidden for other people, or for most people, from yourself even. Previously, and it's like you've got this greater understanding of everything. Does that make sense? Of how the universe works, and the energy, if you like, the energy in our own divine soul as well. That seems to be really coming to the fore. So you're, I feel like you're tapping into, some really, really powerful stuff, some really, really higher vibrational energies as well. But I feel like there's a mixture going on. So even though you've had, I want to say experienced the highs here, I also feel like there are elements that you've kind of been exposed to that have been a little bit more challenging. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's wondering.
I've had downs. I mean, it was when this first happened. I went through a stage of almost total hysteria because I thought I was losing my mind. Because I was experiencing things that people right next to me had no idea what was going on. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of beside myself with it.
Okay. Now, I mean, I do feel that you're getting the balance, though. I feel like you're getting the balance there. And
I'm accepting it.
As much as you've, as much as you want to shout it from the rooftops, I feel here, you've also come into conflict with what you can say and what you can't say to other people. I mean, I feel here you're going to be given the opportunity to work spiritually if you choose to. Now, none of us have to do it. We've been blessed with these gifts, but we don't have to do it. You still have a choice. Well, I say you have a choice, but fundamentally, I feel like this is why you have been awakened. So you can work with people, raise their vibration, raise their awareness, and enable them to tap into some of the wonderful things that I feel that you've gathered as well. So I get the element of being able to share your experiences in one form or another. And I feel I can see you talking in front of, a big group of people, an audience. I can also see you, writing down your experiences, and turning it into either a book or something like that, and working with it in that way. But I do feel that this is now, how can I put it, this is like now turning into your pathway, and I feel like this is something that I feel that has sparked your spirit. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I feel like feel like that's my purpose now. I feel like this is the reason I was woken up at this point in time was to raise awareness, raise people's vibrations along with the collective consciousness to accomplish what we were put here to accomplish.
Absolutely, and I feel that this is, how can I put it, I feel like I'm seeing you skyrocket. I think that once you made that decision to embrace what you've been given here, I feel like you're going to be supported by Spirit and skyrocketed here. I want to say a couple of months that really coming up strong for me are September and October for you, because I feel like then you'll be given the opportunities that you that are necessary for you to go on to the next level here with this. I do feel like it's important to kind of ground the energies as well if they become too much. I'm being told here by my guides just to mention that, and make sure that you don't take on too much of other people's energy, because I feel like you're very open. You're very, very open, but it's about understanding that you can shut it down and filter it a bit. Okay?
Awesome. That's crazy, because I was just thinking about that earlier.
Okay, wonderful. Right. Okay. We have now reached the end of my show, but so I'm going to thank you for coming through to me.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye for now. Okay, so off he goes. And what an interesting call. What an interesting call. Maybe that's something you can relate to. Maybe you've had your own spiritual awakening. We have got some fantastic shows coming up for you for the rest of this evening and also for this week. So stay tuned to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Wishing you a fantastic week ahead. And if you do want to get hold of me, my website is www.modern-mystic.co.uk, or visit me on my Facebook, which is Modern Mystic, or Mystic Sarah. You can get me on both of those pages. I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a fantastic week ahead. Lots of love and light to you, and I hope you enjoy that new moon energy on Friday. Goodbye for now.